because they are. It's America. It's
Yeah,
everybody. What? It's why the media is talking. It's why there's the uproar about everything because people get just wrapped up and ooh.
well,
I don't
I
leave
think it's
comments.
I'd almost say it's this sort of, I don't know. uh,
Ooh.
I find that social media can be a tremendously powerful tool, and I use it to consume, sports, entertainment, news. Uh, I mean, it's there, ripe for the picking for you if that's how you want to choose to use it, or use it for some sort of positive, in a positive manner, whether it's promoting social change or whatever the case is. It's fine, whatever. But there's another side of the internet where it's trolls. It's inflammatory. It is riddled, and it's the ability. It's just internet muscle, and it's anonymity. It's that power of anonymity, and whether someone believes it or not, well, who's to say? This, a moniker believes it, and it's kind of like, let's get beyond a moniker. If it's actually somebody doing something and saying something, all right, then that's a different story. But between and the stupid thing is that it's manipulative. I find. I find that somebody. I mean, we can even look at it right now. I don't particularly care for the individual, but think about how much attention Donald Trump would get if he came out with an opinion on Twitter about something. It could be anything, and someone's going to be there to fight him. Someone's going to be there to try to stoke him into doing something and trying to trap him and trying to, bait him in any sort of way. He could say, you know, oh, I don't know. I like. He could say something as innocuous as, "I prefer Coca-Cola to PepsiCo," or to Pepsi, and you could have someone at some point at some place will be offended by that, or
And
call
oh
him,
yeah,
yeah,
and
call him a bigot.
yes, and we both know that Pepsi loving person is wrong.
Yes, that's very true. And empirically, the Pepsi loving person is
Never ever
wrong.
in the future ever use the Coke versus Pepsi analogy to explain anything that we talk about because we are both in agreement that Coke is superior and Pepsi is not.
Inferior. Yes,
So
it is inferior.
bad
Okay,
example. Oh,
sky's blue.
yeah.
What sky's blue,
There we
water's wet.
yeah, there we go. Much better. Much better.
So it's just it's kind of like it's and then how long that's going to dominate a news cycle for an afternoon, that Donald Trump comes out and says water's not wet. Well, of course we know it's wet, but just because he said so, oh no, now we got to go follow it. So that's what I mean more so by manipulative. And it's, I don't know, it's silly. It's so silly. And it's kind of like, this is what qualifies as news? Really? Come on.
Well, hopefully then, I mean, I don't, what, it's sad to say that sometimes, well, not the best news, but the most well talked about and, shared news is when people die. And maybe, because today, unfortunately, Prince died, and maybe that's what is now, maybe that's what buries that. Because, there's always another story that kind of buries something.
Yeah, it's what's next, and we can fall prey to it if you want to know. And everyone can do it. Anyone that is on Twitter or is on Facebook and has their settings set to most recent first or at the top, you're going to see how many times will you click refresh, or swipe down to refresh to see if anything else is
I
happening.
forget where
I
I forget, I know I'm like constantly, I forget, I think I changed my settings to not do their stupid setup or whatever. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah,
Cause that's just stupid, Twitter. But, you know.
it's a Pepsi feature. What can I say?
We're trying this Pepsi thing out. I don't know how it's gonna work. And then it's like, you guys, this is not going to work. It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like Burger King, right? Like, what's Burger King doing? Every time I feel like every Burger King, like the Burger King that was like my Burger King where I grew up, like,
Hmm.
dude, that closed before like a lot of Burger Kings started closing. But a lot of Burger Kings are closing. I don't know. I always see some in weird spots and find it interesting that Burger Kings are still surviving. And mind you, I'm not saying all of this because I'm like a proponent of McDonald's. I actually do not go to McDonald's like at all for anything. But I just find Burger King funny because it's the Pepsi to McDonald's Coke, you know.
But I prefer to be. I'm a Burger King person. If I have to
Really?
be,
Okay. See
yes,
what
I prefer the Whopper.
I used to like was I used to work for a beverage distributor. Like we
Hmm.
are there are all we were all Seven Up products, right? So I was like a Seven Up guy. And
Yeah,
all I would do, like, I didn't deliver the product or anything. I was a merchandiser. So I would go to the stores and all the product would be delivered and dropped off. And I would just work the product. Like, I'd stock the shelves, keep the shelves full. Like,
yeah,
we'd build like, displays for like sales and stuff. So, like,
right.
it was a really fun job. And I was like 19, 20, like that age, and I didn't have MS yet, so it was really awesome. Um, but no, it was really fun. I forgot why we started talking about this job, but I apologize for that. I started reminiscing about working for Select Beverage and Seven Up. What were we talking
That
about before?
that was Burger King
Oh,
being.
the
Yeah.
Burger King. Oh, I know why. Because then I would work in the mornings, and there was a Burger King on my route that was 24 hours and served burgers
Ah,
24 hours. So you could get a
yeah.
Whopper for breakfast. And I always
And
thought
they
that
kept
was
that up.
awesome. So, and then we drove by a Burger King the other day and noticed that they were open 24 hours on the weekends. And I was like, we could go. They could go get burgers for breakfast. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I haven't had Burger King and I haven't had a Burger King burger in years. For whatever reason, like that they have the frozen Cokes. So every once
Yes.
in a while during the summer, we actually uh, before me and my wife were married, and we would whenever we go to a Cubs game on our way home, when we lived in Albany Park on our way home, we would end up taking Lawrence home, and there was a Burger King around Lawrence and Western that we always used to stop at and get
Yep.
a frozen Coke uh,
I've
on
been
our way
there.
home.
I know
So
it.
I know that Burger King very well. So, do you know the guy's not there anymore? I believe he passed away, but there used to be a guy who would sit on the corner of Lawrence and Western on what would be the northeast corner, right by the Walgreens, and he would sit and put like his arms out to the side, and pigeons would land all over him.
I think they have finally taken him away.
Oh,
I have
okay.
not. The
I
pigeons
think
have.
I heard he passed away. Like or I don't know if they just got rid of him or whatever. But I always felt that was
No, there's
a little bit
a
bonkers.
yeah, there's a comical newspaper salesman uh, at on Foster,
Okay.
uh, east of
All
Milwaukee,
right.
where it jogs up. It jogs by Lovejoy.
That's right where I grew. I grew up
Yeah,
like right
yeah,
around
yeah.
there.
There's a the guy's hilarious because he'll wave on he'll wave oncoming traffic, uh, heading east, and then he'll also do it again for the westbound traffic that's going to the Kennedy, and like trying to get them to go and like pointing in the direction to go and like just kind of being, yeah, not too flamboyant, but just in it. He's got his move down. And it's like, dude, the light's red. They can't go anywhere, or it just turned red because, and that those people who are waiting that far back can't go yet. So, and he's got like this little move of like, kind of like an umpire. He's almost like a flamboyant umpire, is really what it comes down to. And I don't know if he sold a single paper
That's awesome. Do you ever
I don't know it,
hey, do
but
you
it's
ever go
hilarious.
to do you ever go to King's Euros right there on the corner of Foster and Milwaukee?
I'm gonna have to try it.
You
I see it
should.
all the
You
time. Okay, it's
should.
good.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty good. It's
Excellent,
pretty good. Good stuff. Um,
excellent.
one time I went to King's because I knew that they sold gift certificates, but it was a very weird process. I went there and I'm like, I want to buy some gift certificates, and then they told me to come back because the guy who had the gift certificates wasn't there. So I had to go back at another time when the guy who sold the gift, who had the gift certificates, was there. It was all very weird. I'm like, I'm trying to give you money here for gift certificates.
I want to give you your money back to
I,
you.
I ended up getting the gift certificates, but that was a good place. Oh, Kings. Ooh. So, anything else going on lately for you? It's been a while since I've spoken with you.
No, not a whole lot. It's just been work and life as it is. So yeah, not a whole lot else going on. Just been busy with life. So how about you?
Oh, pretty much the same. I I sprained my ankle, so that was fun.
Yes.
And so I totally thought I broke it. And mind you, I did it on like Friday, and it's still like super swollen and super gross. So I made
Hmm.
an appointment with my doctor who repaired it just to, check and make sure that everything's okay. So that's on Tuesday. So I got to wait till Tuesday for the appointment. I can totally walk on it and put weight on it. It's just like
Hmm.
swollen and gross.
Not fun.
No,
Just
so I've been
yeah.
wearing like I have the boot, so I've been wearing the
Oh, okay.
just because it kind of makes it feel better and I guess somewhat easier to walk on, even though it's kind of
Yeah.
a pain in the ass to walk around with the boot on.
Yeah, that shock pad and everything.
So that put a little bit of a hamper in the, having to go to a emergency room to see if it's broken on a Friday night.
Yeah. Ugh, that
Always fun.
Yeah, that's never fun. I saw that when you posted. I'm glad I responded in. I voted correctly. I voted correctly.
I I made my answers were all horrible. There was nothing good. It was what? Sprain, break, tear, or worse.
Worse.
like like what was worse? Like they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta cut it off. Okay, sorry. But then I don't know. It was very. They never actually used the words "your ankle is sprained." They just came and told me that it wasn't broken, and then I got my piece of paper with my orders that said it was sprained. So that's how I knew it was sprained. But I was like, the funniest thing too was like, I didn't. If you go to the emergency room, if like you sprain something or whatever, you're gonna come home with something like an ace wrap or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Anything they offered me, I'm like, no, I have it at home already. Even like pills, they're like, do you want any pain medication? I'm like, no, I have some at home already. So I left with nothing, which was nice, with just the papers that they gave me on how to treat it. So
Nice.
yeah,
Well, as nice as it gets. I
yeah,
mean,
it
then you
was
don't have the
nice.
added bill
I
for
was
the.
just glad that it was not broken.
Yes, me
Oh,
too.
the Hawks just scored, so they are winning 1-0 in Game 5.
I hope they do it. I want them to come back. It's kind of like, okay, if they end up losing to the Kings, fine. They lost to the Kings.
I could
Just
take that. I just think like for the season they had, and like I know it's not about the season. I know it's not about the season. But like, I wish I got a chance to say this earlier, but it's like you're just waiting for it, right? Because you
yeah,
know they can do it. You know
right.
they can come back and win the series, and you know they can keep. You know they could win the cup if they won't. Like, yeah, I know stuff's got to happen. I get it, but you know they can do it. You
Oh
know this
yeah.
team can. So I mean, you've seen what they can do. We've seen it 3 times, and we've seen it like 3 different ways. So
I hope they do it.
I hope
But
they do, but